Welcome to the Daily for Tuesday, May 7th with Simon Borg. I'm Jason Segini. We're going to start with some players coming and going. Yesterday was the close of the first MLS transfer window. We've seen some players come back. Kei Kamara, for example, Simon, going back to Sporting Kansas City, and some people think he could debut as soon as tomorrow night.
And why not, Jason? He's been in form, playing for Norwich City in the EPL, has 11 games under his belt there, so he can absolutely slot in. Now, if he does, and he takes that right wing slot that he used to have, what does that mean for Graham Zusi? Is he back in the midfield? How does that change Sporting Kansas City? They have found their way without him. Now, what changes are made? But it's expected that he was coming back. Peter Vermees says he was surprised, but 200 Kansas City fans are happy because he bought them Chipotle dinner last night.
All right, we expect to hear from Kei Kamara after practice today, so stay tuned to MLSsoccer.com for that. Also in the news, the Colorado Rapids signed defender Herman Mora. Simon, this is something that Colorado probably needed with all the injuries they've had at the back.
Oscar Pareja actually looking in the draft for a defender, now finds one in Herman Mora. Look, Shane O'Neill is a great find at center back, but he needs more depth. They signed one of their draft picks at central defense, the Jamaican Winston Griffiths, a couple of weeks ago. So maybe they find him here.
All right, another player on his way out, sort of, is Paul Arriola. And who is Paul Arriola? He comes from the LA Galaxy Academy. Simon, they've had a lot of success lately, so this is one that's kind of getting away from them.
And look, I'm glad he's going there because he will probably prove the theory wrong that you can go to Tijuana, a team that's not known for developing anyone, a team that's only known for its artificial turf, has a manager that's probably about to leave. To me, an unstable club, and you're leaving an LA Galaxy team that has committed to developing you, will have committed to developing you a few more years under the hand of Bruce Arena, who has developed several stars. So I don't know where Paul Arriola figures out he's going to get better development at Tijuana. So it's good that it's happened, so we see what Paul Arriola becomes.
All right, Simon, clearly against that move. A couple more things to mention. Dallas doesn't get the midfielder that they were hoping for, but they said hopefully they can do it in the next transfer window. And one other note on Walter Iov, the midfielder from Monterrey, Simon. He says he wants to stay at Monterrey, but he'd be open to an MLS offer.
I wondered, Jason, if Monterrey had lost to Santos, whether Walter Iov would have already made the move to MLS. Because now that there is the carrot dangling of the World Club Cup in December, and the fact that Monterrey made the playoffs and they were one of the last clubs to make the playoffs in Mexico, I think he'd already be here. But because now he has playoffs to play for and that competition in December, I think they find a way, Monterrey does, to keep him. He's so experienced, starting left back for Ecuador's national team. So I think for Iov, it's going to be a longer wait for MLS.
All right, Monterrey's gain is MLS's loss as of now. Well, Simon, the U.S. Open Cup begins today. The play-in games are tonight. I have to ask you, is Sporting Kansas City, we mentioned Kei Kamara coming back, are they the favorites to repeat as champion in U.S. Open Cup?
You have to believe it, Jason. The other name I'll throw in there is the LA Galaxy, I think. Both those teams have basically a second squad. They can just trot out there and expect to win games. I mean, we talked about it before. Sporting Kansas City could potentially start an Open Cup game with a reserve side that has Kamara, Bobby Convey, CJ Sapong. I mean, it's an unbelievable lineup, and you got to look at them as favorites.
Well, Simon, of course, Sporting Kansas City ending the Seattle Sounders run at the U.S. Open Cup last year after 3 straight victories. So I have to ask you, is this a season where Seattle, who's struggling in MLS so far this season, can compete in the U.S. Open Cup as well?
I think, Jason, if you look at their squad, you wonder, how can they also field a team that can be competitive in the Open Cup? But I think that given their fortunes in MLS play, and I think this team still has a long way to go to find its form, I think that they will look at the U.S. Open Cup and actually become one of the first teams to prioritize the Open Cup ahead of the league, because I think they'll find themselves in a position where they might have to win something. And that illusion of winning the Open Cup, winning number 100 of the anniversary here of the Open Cup, I think that becomes a priority for them eventually this summer.
All right, we'll see if they can get into Champions League that way if it's not going to happen in MLS. Well, Simon, it's Tuesday, so it's time to update the Castrol Index rankings. This week, Luis Robles was the star, stopping a PK against Federico Higuain, letting his team come back to get the road victory.
And at number 2, Jason, Eddie Johnson of Seattle finding the back of the net again. He's followed by 2 goalkeepers. Once again, Bobby Shuttleworth of the New England Revolution. He's also the overall rankings leader. He's at number 3. Nick Raimondo of Real Salt Lake at 4. And then Justin Knapp, a surprise 2-goal performance, comes in at number 5.
All right, there's plenty to check out on MLSsoccer.com today, including Extra Time Radio. You had Dominic Kinnear on. He's one of the all-time great guests for Extra Time Radio.
In addition to talking about the great start they've had, he talks about that muddle for the first spot in the East. 4 teams tied atop the East. Then we go into league-wide things. The Robbie Rogers situation, he gives us his opinion on that. And then coaches protesting referee performances, how you do that. He gets into that with us.
All right, plenty more to check out on MLSsoccer.com, including Instant Replay, where Simon breaks down all the controversial plays. You can check out Power Rankings on there, Goal of the Week, Save of the Week. You can vote for those. And don't forget, Starting Lineup will come out later today with myself and Andrew Wiebe helping you set up your fantasy team, because there are midweek games, a full slate on Wednesday night. That's all we have for today. We'll be back on The Daily tomorrow.